Throughout the church, there is a common misconception regarding this question. So, today, we're going to answer it. Is Mary the mother of God? Yes! Now, I know a lot of people are going to probably be waiting for me to say psych or just kidding, but I'm sorry, that's not coming. Now, obviously, just to preface, when I say that Mary is the mother of God, I'm not saying that she eternally birthed God, but that the fullness of God was in her womb and she birthed God. To understand this topic thoroughly, we have to go back, all the way back to the year 431 AD at the Council of Ephesus. So in this time, there was a man named Nestorius who was teaching that instead of referring to Mary as the Theotokos, which means God-bearer, that she should instead be referred to as the Christotokos, which means Christ-bearer. Nestorius taught that Mary did not birth God, but that she only birthed the flesh of Jesus Christ. Now, I know there's probably a lot of evangelical Christians that would agree with this term and say that Mary only birthed the flesh of Jesus, so we're going to have to dive deeper. At this time, there was so much news circulating about Nestorius and his teaching that he himself called for a council to defend his positions. But here's the thing. The council was located in Ephesus, the same area that he was residing in, but he decided not to show up. So what happened? Well, the council proceeded on without him, and they officially condemned the heresy now known as Nestorianism. Why? Because his teachings were very problematic, splitting the two natures of Christ. We all know that Jesus is fully God and fully man, but according to this teaching, his natures were separated, almost, some would say, pointing to two persons in Christ. Later, in about 451 AD, so 20 years after the Council of Ephesus, they had another council called the Council of Calcedon, where they officially came up with the doctrine that Jesus has two natures that are inseparable, undivided, and that they are unified together. So why is this relevant? Well, I hear a lot of American evangelicals say things like, oh, Mary isn't the mother of God, she only birthed his flesh. Or that by saying Mary is the mother of God, that person now worships her. But all of this comes from a lack of understanding that over 1,500 years ago, this teaching was already deemed as heresy. My personal opinion is that a lot of people have a big problem with Catholicism, and they have almost swung the pendulum in the complete opposite direction, basically disowning everything that had to do with Catholicism. The problem with this is a lot of people mix Catholicism with church history. This has made a lot of American Christians ignorant to the past teachings of the church. But if we as Christians living in the year 2025 realize that we're standing on the backs of giants, these Christians that have gone before us in the past, they've already debated these topics, they've studied endlessly, and we're able to look into these things. So if we come in there with no bias, instead of just casting everything out and actually look into these topics, I think that we can come to a very healthy middle ground. Also, I want to let you guys know that I'm not making this video to point fingers at anybody or to call anybody out, but instead spreading knowledge of something that I have learned. And there's so much more stuff that I want to look into, so much more things that I want to share with people that are watching. If you guys have any different ideas of what I should talk about, leave a comment down below. You can find my Instagram in the description. Feel free to get in contact with me. Make sure you guys leave a like, you guys subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'm just so excited to be making these videos, just kind of talking about my passion. I love learning church history. I love learning the Bible. So in any way that I can do that on camera with other people is just so amazing. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for your endless support. My last video where I went to the mall and evangelized and shared Jesus with people is doing really good, and I'm really thankful for that. And yeah, I got TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, all that. So make sure you guys get in tune, get tapped in, get plugged in. Love you guys. Peace.